So it's Friday night. You've just completed an entire week of work, and your so-called friends are going to the pub. They haven't directly invited you, but you know where they'll be. So you get dressed, you get your clothes on, you have a shower, you make yourself look presentable, you put on your favorite cologne, your favorite aftershave, and you head to the bar, club, pub, wherever it is. On the way, you're excited, but as you walk through the door, you see them and you start to feel a bit anxious, slightly uncomfortable. They're loud, they're obnoxious, they're attracting the wrong sort of attention. They're not very welcoming when you come over to them. They don't seem too happy to see you, not too excited or whatever. You grab a drink, you sit down with them, and the conversation isn't really about anything productive. They're all being the big I ams. They're putting each other down. They're laughing, looking around like, yeah, look at me. But the time comes finally where you can catch a break. You catch a break and you catch eyes with the most beautiful girl in the bar. You pluck up the courage to go and speak to her. The conversation's flowing. You're feeling good. You're confident in yourself. She seems to be flirting with you. You're flirting back. She's smiling. You're smiling. The conversation's going great until you notice that friend stand up, see the situation, and start to walk over. You instantly become anxious. She senses it immediately. She knows you're feeling off. The friend comes over, taps you on the shoulder, and is being loud and obnoxious again. He brings up your old pasts, your old mistakes, the person that you used to be, and does nothing but put you down in front of this girl. And you start to question in your head, why is this guy even my fucking friend? The girl looks confused and she kind of backs away and looks uncomfortable. And she says, hi, I'm going to go and see my friends. She's not just put off by you, but she's put off by your obnoxious, rude friend. He looks around, he's confused. He thinks he was in with a shot, but really he doesn't realize he's a prick. He's come in there, balled in with a load of confidence. Not only has he put you down, but he's scared away the girl as well. Or you're in the bar, you're heading towards the bar even, you're excited, you know you're going to go and meet with your brothers, the people that are on the same grind as you, the same progress, the same lifespan, the same wavelength. You meet up with them, you walk into the door, you're greeted by handshakes, high fives, good to see you bro, how are you doing? You start speaking about the gym, the progress that you're making, you're bigging each other up, you're having this internal conversation, and you're naturally attracting the best people in the bar around you because people know that you are a band of brothers and they want to be around that. They want to be around these people that care for each other, that are men standing up for each other, who genuinely have connections outside of that drinking situation. You walk over to a girl. Your brother is a little bit behind. He sees you. He says, go on, mate. I know what you're going to do. You start speaking to the girl. You're flirting. Whatever's going on, you're having a great conversation. She's playing with her hair again. You're playing with her hair. Things are going well. Your mate comes over and he sees it's going well, but for some reason he can't avoid the conversation. Whatever's going on is going on. The boys are off. He comes in and joins in. You welcome him into the conversation because you know that this brother, this mate that you've got there is going to do nothing but big you up as a person and improve your chances with this woman in front of you. He comes over, he speaks about the amazing accomplishments that you've done recently. He tells you how good you're looking from the work that you've been putting in the gym, and he asks the girl how she was able to start speaking to you. He's bigging you up, you're feeling the energy, she's laughing, she's loving you even more. What are your friends like? How do your friends treat you in that situation? And the second question, how do you treat your friends in this situation? They say you are the majority of the 5 people that you hang around with the most, and you cannot agree with that more. I've been in both situations, and I'm very fortunate now to have removed the shit from my life And I am now surrounded by an excellent band of brothers, people who are driven with purpose. They're going to the gym, they've got the same lifestyle as me inside and outside of work. I couldn't think of better friends to have around me now. In the past, it wasn't the case. In the past, I had the people who were loud and obnoxious, who weren't attracting the energy, but were shouting and being the big I am and trying to give it out and expecting people to enjoy that. But really, it just pushed them away. They didn't have any real deep internal confidence, which I was building at the time. But when I was around these people, they were just knocking it down. They made me feel bad for being confident about myself and made me think maybe I shouldn't be confident. You become the sum of the people that you hang around, whether they're doing the bad habits, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, not just like once a week. If you're younger, if you're like 18 years old, right, I wouldn't advise you to not drink at all. I'd actually advise you to go out and experience it whilst you're young. Don't be the guy who's getting absolutely smashed 3, 4 times a week, once a month, twice a month, something like that. Perfect. Pick your brothers, pick the people who are going to pick you up, and go out and have that experience whilst you're young. But make sure the rest of the time you're obviously focusing on the things that are building you up. If your friends are the type of people who are knocking you down like this, who are diminishing your confidence, who really aren't bringing out the best version of you, then it's likely the same situation that I was in. It's likely that these are just your friends through substance, through the activities that you're doing at night time. Maybe you grew up with them. Maybe you were just naturally pushed together and that's just how it is. You need to start making friends and brotherhoods with people who have the same hobbies and interests as you. And the likelihood is, if you're watching videos like this, you're probably focused on building yourself into a better man, going to the gym, journaling, self-development, building businesses, or just even becoming a slightly better you every single day. If you're hanging around the people that are diminishing your confidence and just really shitting all over you at any chance they get to make themselves look better, then you really need to reevaluate the people that you're hanging around with and the reason why you're hanging around with them. I was very fortunate, even in the times that I had these connections, these deep-rooted connections to these bad people, I still had brothers and people on the outside, but they didn't want to associate with me as much because I was spending so much time with these people who were loud and obnoxious and who constantly put each other down. Everyone on the outside could see it, and they even told me a few times. But I was blind to it because I thought these were my real friends. I felt I needed to live up to what they were, and I thought they were some big, amazing people, but really deep down, they were just like insecure, anxious people who didn't have the confidence to be themselves. And as I would try and be myself, they would floating and knock it down. This will make or break you as a man. You need to be aware of how the people around you treat you and how they respect you, but also take notice of your own actions. If your friend group are like this, it's very likely that you are a similar person as well. You see these situations going on, and even in regular conversation, you're just putting them down in order to lift yourself up. Don't be this guy, right? You need to be the second version. You need to be the brother, not the bitch, okay? We're speaking about two people. The bitch version is the guy who puts people down. He's loud with no real confidence. Maybe he says he goes to the gym and stuff, but he spends his time just on his phone. His only real connections are very loose relationships with people that he sees on random nights out here and there. Or you can be the brother, the guy who bigs up his friends, who understands the quality of being a good friend, who helps people out through tough situations, who will directly tell people if they're doing something wrong. If they think they're overweight, he won't rip into them in a way that makes them look shit in front of other people, but he will pull them aside and say, look, you're fat, like you need to sort it out, or I think you're drinking too much, mate, like you've got a bit of an issue, haven't you? This is the friend that I have become, and it's actually the friend that I've now attracted all around me, and I couldn't be more grateful for it. If we have an achievement, we big each other up. It's a huge celebration for everyone, even if we're not directly involved. But if we see our brother falling, he's doing something that we know for sure isn't what he should be doing. Drugs, he's getting fat, he's not going to the gym, he's not taking care of himself, even if he's like not treating his girl properly. We will pull them up on that. We tell them that because we understand the value of these relationships. As I said, whether you're the bitch or the brother, and whether your friends are the bitch or brothers, will determine your quality of life, the quality of people you have around you, and the quality of your mindset as well. If you're surrounded by people who are constantly knocking you down again and again and again and again, no matter the situation, you are going to feel like shit. And you, although you could be up here, you're feeling like you're down here because you picture them to be here, right? You're actually up here, but they, with the words that they say to you, just hammer you down and down and down and down until it looks like they're there, but really they're even lower than you. You need to surround yourself with brothers. Surround yourself with people who big you up, who make you feel like a better version of you. And maybe they are better versions of yourself already. Maybe they're accomplishing the things that you want to be doing. Maybe they're not going out as often. You know that they're taking the path that you want to follow. And even if it is just being the better version of you each and every day, you do have to check in and think, are these people helping me become who I want to be? Or are they just dragging me down? It's food for thought, guys. Bitch or brother. Who are your friends and who are you? Thank you.